Back with another floss tube. You'll probably see me looking down below because I wrote some notes here. I wanted to explain what happened on my last video. My husband tried to make it into 2 videos because it was so long, but for some reason the second video would not upload. So I'm going to go ahead and try to remember what I did last week and where I stopped at, but if I repeat myself, I'm sorry. So I thought I would go into what day it is, what the weather is like. Today is January the 23rd. It's been kind of gloomy and rainy today. The ice finally melted in the snow, which is a big miracle for us that it lasted even that long. My daughter and her husband her future husband they live way out in the country, and they did not get to work at all last week because the ice was so bad. And in fact, the road maintenance, or the head of the roads and where they live, had put up barriers so they couldn't get out. But everything unthawed and everything's fine now. And now it went from 20 degrees on Sunday to it's going to be 60, 65 by the end of the week. So that means everybody's going to get sick around here. Another thing that happened is that I got a new cat, and her name is Phoebe Ann, and she's really scared, so she's hiding behind my big fish tank, and I'm just letting her get used to everything. And I prayed and prayed for a cat because we had a male Sphinx. Those were the naked cats, and he died the day after Christmas. He was fine Christmas Day, and we went to get him out of the cat room on the next day, and he wouldn't come out. So my husband picked him up, and his eyes were bright yellow, and he was just sick. So we brought him to the vet, and the vet said that he had died. He was dying of the coronavirus. I had never heard of anything like that, and she said it's really fast and that animals hide their pain very well. And so we had to put him down, and it just killed us. And so my one cat, her name is Ivy Jane, didn't have a friend, and she'd come up here and make biscuits on me, and that hurt a lot. And so I decided to get her a little friend. I'm telling you what, I went everywhere. I was even willing to go more than 100 miles to get a cat. Nobody had any. In fact, I had a couple that tried to scam me over a cat, and I was like, I really got upset and told them not to call me again because I was going to call the police on them. But it's terrible how people are nowadays. And so finally a lady called me and said, "Do you still want a cat?" And I said yes. And so she gave me this cat, and she's been fixed and had all her shots and everything. I guess her other cat was beating her up, so she's just a little scared. But eventually she'll come out. I haven't seen much of her, just when we brought her home, and so I know she's a calico, but that's about all I know about her. I'm just letting her be and letting her get used to the noises, and so far so good. The other thing that happened was that my granddaughter called twice, and that's a miracle. It really is. The Lord has answered prayers on that, because we didn't think we'd ever get to see her again. We still don't get to see her little sister, but she calls, and it's just nice to hear her little voice. And so we talk for 2 or 3 hours, and then like yesterday, her mama said time to get off the phone, and she was crying to beat the band. And I told her, I said, "Scarlett, if you don't quit crying, Nana's not going to talk to you next time." And so she quit crying, and she said, "I can call you anytime." And I said, "Yes, you can call me anytime." And so she talks about everything, and we play on the phone and pretend we're eating muffins. And she likes to go in a cave that she makes in her room and She likes us to go in the cave with her. So that's been a lot of fun. The other thing I've been doing is I've been trying to get a winter puzzle done. I love puzzles, and I love my Switch games, and right now I'm playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and I love to knit and to crochet. So I started knitting my dad a hat. I knitted him a hat for Christmas, and when he put it on, it looked like he was putting on a baby's hat. I didn't realize he had such a big head because my dad's not a very big man, but anyways, I promised him another hat, but this hat I started 5 times and I never have problems. And this hat just, I don't know if it was because it's so big or what, but I just kept messing up on it. And finally my husband said, just put it up, we'll buy him a hat. And so that's what we're going to do, I guess, is buy him a hat. I love to do puzzles. I love to figure out all of that. And we made our son's room when he moved out, we made it into a puzzle and a game room because we love board games too. And so it's filled with puzzles and board games. And so I'm doing a winter puzzle right now. Well, I think that's about all about me. Oh, I also made a knitting bag. I'll show it to you real quick. I love these bags. I even thought of making them for project bags. But this is called a Japanese rice bag. And it opens up really big. And the neat thing inside that I also made that has worked out really well is this little pouch. And you open it up and it's got things, accessories for all of your, it has pouches for all of your accessories. And on top of that, on top of those pockets, you have little pockets in between that you can stick like your credit card or whatever. And so I made that this week. I had already made another one, and so I thought, well, I'm going to make another one. I need two. So I went ahead and did that, and I put a handle on it so I can just carry it with me. So that's what I did this week. Now I got to figure out something else to do. I always have to keep my hands busy. My husband says, why can't you just sit still? And I just can't keep my hands still. I have to have them busy. Okay, so let's talk about finishes. I was going to show you all my finishes that I have not finished, fully finished, but they're finishes from previous years. I finished 2 projects this year already, and they were small, but they're still finishes. And so I can't find the one. I don't know if my husband put it up somewhere. I don't know what happened to it. I went through everything and I couldn't find it. But this is the second finish for the month, and these are Christmas tags by Cory Badatori. And it was supposed to come down here like that, and it was supposed to say in Italian, for you, or something like that. And then underneath was supposed to have this, like holly berries, but I decided to make it a heart and just bring it up and do that. And then I added glitter to her crown because you couldn't see anything. So, and I thought it turned out really cute. I plan on making another one of these, but she's got like, I think there's 24 of them. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's only 20 of them. But I thought I'd make 1 or 2 more of these this year, because this was really fast and easy. I started this on the 16th and I got done the 21st. So 5 days and I was done. Also, I stitch and hoop, and you can tell there's, I mean, you can barely tell that there's a hoop here, but I did not starch this. What I use is that Best Press, but I use my own, I make up my own Best Press, and it works very well. So if you would like to know what that is, well, I guess I could go ahead and tell you. It's water, alcohol, and a little bit of fabric softener. You put it in a spray bottle, and you just spray it on there. And I'm telling you, it makes all the wrinkles disappear and everything. And, I mean, you can barely see that there was a thing here. So that's what I use. This is another one. So last year I was part of the cross stitch in the Daily 30, and in 2022, they wanted you to do either Halloween, Christmas. I think those were the two that they did. So I decided to do Christmas. As you can tell, I like Christmas. So here's a little freebie. And then I decided to try out really small. So this one's super small, but I like it. And then I put French knots for a beard on Santa. And then this is one of Brooke's books. You can see still where I gridded, but I need to get that off. I guess I forgot to iron this. And then this is a Christmas house. And from the same pattern, here's a little Christmas bird. Just thought that was adorable. And I think this is Lizzie Kate's Christmas string. I'm not sure. There that is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now some of these were from 2022 and most of them were from 2023. This Christmas bells. This one says I believe. This is from the Soda Stitch. I think it was a freebie. Some of these are older patterns, so I don't remember what they were. There's that one. This is not a cross-eyed cricket. I think it's the Cricket Collection. I thought he was adorable. And this one. Most of these are freebies. Or I had little patterns. This was for Trick or Treat. That one. Now these two are the first I ever did. I ever got finished. And I do DMC and 16 to 18 count. And some higher counts, but mostly 16 or 18 count. This is Satsuma Street, first day of Christmas. I did not put the number 1 in. I just filled in his tail. I am definitely going to finish these. I thought it was really pretty. There's this one. And this little tree. I love the fabric with this one. Shiny. There's a little tiny angel. I could not get her eyes right, so she's a blind angel. There's that one. Now, this one was a pain in the butt. I did not like to do this one, but there it is. It was one of those projects that you wish would hurry up and get over with. This is another one from when I first started cross stitching. So the piece was really big. I got this as a smalls exchange, and here it is. So I did not make this one from a smalls exchange. Okay, on this one, this was the Cricket Collection months of the year. So I thought, oh, I'll get these done next year. Yeah, right. But there it is. It says January. I don't know if I can get back far enough so you can see it all. But that was so fun. So I've got enough fabric to do maybe 1 or 2 more on this kind of fabric, and then I'll put it on another fabric. This was hand dyed by my daughter. This is supposed to be a, I got this from a magazine. This is supposed to be a tape measure cover. I need to finish this up. And here's the size to that tape measure. See the little bees. And then this is a scissor fob and also a needle minder. So this is supposed to be a needle minder and this is supposed to be a scissor fob. So I need to get those finished. I don't know why I did these dogs. I think I had to do something with a dog on it. So I did it on this. I have a whole bunch of this. I did not enjoy doing that at all. I finished this one in last year and I fell in love with it. I did my own custom colors. I need to get a board to put behind these so y'all can see better. I don't see anything I can use. So hopefully you'll be able to see these. Here's this one. I plan to do more of these. This is so last year was Halloween. So I did quite a few Halloween ones. Trick or treat. And then this one. I thought it was so cute. And then this one. I think I'm going to make it into a scissor fob. And this one, you can't really see it real well. I should have done it on something else. But it's a turkey, and it's one of those JVWs with the different motifs in it. But it definitely shouldn't have been done on this one. But I'm not going to undo it because I enjoyed it. Now, this is the very first one I ever finished. And it's by the Soda Stitcher, and I absolutely love it. I love those cats. And the little witchy boots. This one is an old Cricut collection. And it's in Little India. And I was doing it for Thanksgiving. This is another Lizzie Kate. I think this is the Thanksgiving string. See if I can fold it in half so you can see it better. There it is. I love these. These were so much fun. Here's another one of my Halloween, well, I think I have 4, yeah, Halloween stitches. I did the Tiny Modernist, you know, the calendar that everybody shows. So here's the eyeball. And a haunted house. And a raven. And poison. I need to get those done. I finished this one at the Crazy Woman Stitching Retreat. This is another Soda Stitcher. I love her little animals. It's for Easter. Isn't he cute? I think he's adorable. Now these ones, I'm not sure where I got these. But they must have been a kit because it's got the little thing right there. It says Bloom. And then this one I just thought was pretty. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. Now my parents had their 50th wedding anniversary and I don't think they watch. But if they do, they need to shut their eyes. But I decided to do this for them. That's their last name initial. And I can't find a frame that works real well for that. Now this one I made for my son. I'm going to give it to him because he cut himself off from us. But one of his favorite movies is National Lampoon Christmas. It's the one where Cousin Eddie comes with a camper and it's Christmas time. But anyways, I thought it was cute. And here's the jelly he got instead of his promotion that he thought he was going to get. And then this is Tylenol. I made a bottle of Tylenol. Because it says, I want to look him straight in the eye. And I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-looking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat, blank, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-herded, sack of money blank he is. Hallelujah, holy blank, where's the Tylenol? And my son loved to say that saying. I don't cuss, so I kind of substituted up the words. And then I made this for my daughter, and I meant to give it to her for Christmas, and I forgot. She loves Doctor Who, and she loves to read books. The best weapons in the world. So those are all my finishes that I have done over the years. And I hope you enjoyed seeing those. And I wish I could find that one. It's a Manny Di Donna. And if you go on Instagram, you'll see it. But, yeah, I got that one done earlier in the month. So, my future plans, and I don't know if I said this in my... let me get a drink of my coffee. I'm really thirsty. Okay. My future plans for this year is to have Christmas all year. As I explained last year, when my kids left, they took all the Christmas things, and so I decided I want to do Christmas this year and have some pieces finished. And so when a whip is spun, so I use the wheel, decision wheel, and when I put all my projects on there, except for the ones I know are going to be my daily projects, and I spin it, and it picks for me. And so that's how I finished up those two, and now it's spun for me for February. I thought of doing another January stitch, but I knew I wouldn't finish in time for January, so I'm going to spend extra time on my nightly stitches, and then I can do my get more stitches on that, and then I'll start up a new one in February. And the Will already called that one, and it's going to be a sampler Santa. So that's what I'm doing there, and I'm giving them a full month. If it takes a full month to get a lot of projects on there, if it doesn't, and I can just you know, get them done like I did these two from this year, from January, then that's what I'm going to do. So I do have a nightly stitch that I do. There's two actually that I'm doing. So the one, and like I said, I don't remember if I showed you all this one or not, but I tried to think of a way. I didn't want to really do a temperature chart. I really thought about doing a temperature chart, but I looked and looked, and I just didn't care for what they were doing this year. So I decided not to do a temperature chart. But I am doing a daily, a yearly chart. And so this is Little Dove Designs, Little Dove's year. And so this is January, and this is what I've gotten done so far, and I'm almost finished. And I'll show you what that looks like. It's this one right here. And I changed the color of the snow, of the skates, because of the material I'm using. You couldn't see the skates. And I went ahead and picked a different color for the snow. I went on that website, and I can't remember the name of it, but it gives you the closest numbers to that one, to the color. So I put in B5200, and it came up with 3865, which is more of a cream color, and I think that'll work great for this. So I'm going to, instead of a temperature chart, I'm doing this yearly stitch for 2024, and I really am enjoying it. And then I'm also doing another nightly stitch, and I'm putting 60 stitches in it, sometimes even more. Like, I will be doing more, but I'll give you just a brief glance of it. It's something special for somebody. But it's Cory Batacore, and it's on 18 count Aida that my daughter hand dyed, and it's called Oggy Sposi, Oggisposi. I guess that means just married. I don't know, but it's funny. I need to get that done, and in a hurry. So let's go into my whips that I'm doing this year. I started, I think it was 15 new whips for Christmas. I don't know, but I will be showing them to you in morning. There will be zippers. I know with earphones you can hear everything, but this was from last year, and it's a Soda Stitch. And I might have already showed you this. I don't know where the video cut off at, but anyways, I was giving all of my whips last year 100 a month, 100 stitches a month. And so this is what I got done last year. He's almost done. He is so cute, and it's a fun stitch. I really enjoy it. And I'm going ahead and put these away too. I know it makes it a longer video, but it helps if I put them away. That was number one. I'm not going to say how many there is, but this is another one I started last year, and it is a Cory Batacore. It's called My Favorite Holiday. I did not get very far on that, and I am not filling in this white part here because I think it looks fine without it, and I really don't feel like filling in all of that white. So this is what I got done so far, and I just love it. I love these little berries. And this is where I'm not filling in the white. So there's that one. Let's put this up. I was really hoping the kitty would come out, but she hasn't yet. She must be coming out at night when nobody's around. Okay, next one is, I started this one last year. It's 18 count Aida. If I don't say what it is, it's probably 18 count Aida. This is Corsetti A Go-Go, and this is Nativity. And she doesn't have an eye because I tried to put an eye on there and it looked horrible. So I said she's just going to be closing her eyes while she's blowing her trumpet. That's the way it's going to be. Now I have all this kitted up, all of these kitted up, but I do not have the floss because I made a master floss. Like I said on my last thing, I made a master floss set. So I just have to go in there and pick out the floss that I need for the project, and away we go, because I already have the fabric all gridded and everything like that, so that's helped out a lot. Okay, here's my stocking I was going to do this year. I don't think it'll be done this year because like I said, I'm working on whatever the wheel picks, but this is it. It's by Satsuma Street. I've not had a new stocking since I was 6 years old. I still have that stocking. I still use that stocking, but and I would have been further on this last year, but I accidentally read the wrong number and it looked so ugly. I was like, I don't want to stitch on that. But now I picked out the right number, and this right here is the color that's supposed to be so much prettier. The one I thought it said was a really ugly blue. I mean, hideous against that turquoise. And I was like, why in the world would she do that? And anyways, I went back and looked again. I was like, oh my word, I read the wrong number. Okay, here is Waiting Gifts for Santa by Madame Chantilly, and I have not started this one. so I won't take out anything. But I thought it was so cute. I seen it at Keepsakes, and they said they couldn't get it in because it was so popular. I guess they had been sold out. So I wrote to Madame Chantilly herself, and she sent it to me from Italy, and she was very fast about it. So if you ever can't get anything in the States, ask. And she didn't charge me much shipping either, so that was pretty good. This is Dear Rudolph. I think it looks like a companion to that one. Probably not, but... And it's by Madame Chantilly. I just think that if the other kids are inside giving their gifts to Santa, she's outside putting her gifts on Rudolph. So, there's that one. And let me just get out the rest of these out of this box. And that way I don't have to keep bending over to get them out. Let's see. Okay. I have the Christmas Sampler. I started this one in 2022. It's going to be huge. It's by Happy Mood Point. And I am using Threadworks one variegated thread. It's supposed to be all blue, but I thought this looked like Christmas lights. Let me put this behind her like this so you can see. I thought it looked like Christmas lights. So this is how much I've gotten done. And I can't wait to get back to that one because that is a lot of fun. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be huge. That's all I've gotten done. And I put 100 stitches in a month last year, except for November, December when I decided to take a break. And it says it's on 22 count, but this is what it's supposed to look like. And I am right about right here. But I like it. And it's 1/1. That one is 1/1. Okay, I seen this one. I went to the Charlotte Queen City Stitch Retreat, and I seen a lady had done this one. I didn't think she put it out on the table, but I just love it. And when I'm done with the one I showed you that is my nightly stitch, I want to start this one as my nightly stitch, and I'm hoping to have him done by Christmas because I'd really like him to be displayed. Ivy Jane just knocked down all my stuff. Would you get your bottom out of the way? Get your bottom out of the way. Thank you. But this is so pretty. And it's more stunning than this. These purples are just huge. I'm not playing with you. You get down. Get down. Oh, she's being a pain. That's what I mean. She's missing her friend really bad. So, now we have 14 count, and it's going to be Winter Smalls by Lizzie Kate. And here's the original one. I'm hoping to get all these done. I would love to have gotten this one done for Valentine's, but I didn't get it done. I'm not going to be able to get it done, so. But I love it. I was going to get it done for my husband. I usually make him one, but not this year. And David, don't listen. Pay attention to what I just said. This one I got from a friend that I met at the Crazy Woman Retreat. And I think her name is Stasha. Stasha Bates, I think. I seen her making it, and it's from Finland. And I just fell in love with it. It doesn't look like that much on the picture, but oh, it's stunning in person. So pretty. And I say it's elves feeding reindeer. And I'm going to do it on 18 count. It's 135 by 212. And I thought that was so sweet that she sent it to me. After because she was stitching on, I was like, oh, it's so pretty. My dad's family, half his family is from Finland, so I thought that was really neat because I had never seen anything from Finland. Then I had this one, and this one is by Shepherd's Bush. I thought it was really cute. I want to get some of these patterns. I have so many patterns. I want to get some of them stitched. So this would be an easy stitch, I think. Looks like big blocks of color. So that should be not bad. Then the next one I got as a magazine article, and I didn't know who it was by, and then I looked and looked and looked, and I still couldn't see it, and then I looked the last video I made, and it's Praiseworthy Stitches. It's called Winter at Beacon House. I just love it. I love Praiseworthy Stitches, little motifs like this. So that came from a magazine, and I don't know what magazine that was. I bought it from a lady. This is where my Manny D. Donald was in. That one's empty. For Christmas, my husband bought me all the Tiny Towns, and I'm going to stitch the Christmas Tiny Town. I know you all have seen these stitched up, but I love this one. I love them all. That's why he bought them all for me. I was really surprised that he remembered what I said. And then here was the Christmas tags. So I need to pick another one to get done. Let's see how many there are. There's 4. There's 12. I was way off. There's 12 of them. I love this little lamb here. I know there's a glare on there. I'm trying to get it better. But anyways, I love them all, really. But I cut off this part and moved this up here, because I didn't want to do all of this. So I do that sometimes. I just mess around with things. So that's my Christmas this year that I'm going to be doing. And I'm also going to be focused on doing a knitting project. So I've switched out I am a night owl, so I switched out my schedule, and I'm knitting during the day, and I'm cross-stitching at night, and I have accomplished so much more doing it that way. Okay, so the wheel spun, and for February, I'm going to be starting on this. And there's a Santa, and there's a Mrs. Claus, and I don't know who it was. It might have been the Nightly Stitcher that had this, but I went and bought it right away. I thought it was so cute. I don't have very many stand-up things, and these are solid blocks of color, so I don't think it's going to take me that long. But this is my February stitch, and then this is Mrs. Claus. Aren't they cute? And they're by the Needles Notion. It says, needlework patterns with a touch of whimsy. And that's so true. I think it's adorable. So that's what was called for February. And I will be doing that on 14 count because I want him pretty good, pretty big. And that's what I'm doing for February. And that's in my bucket here that I have. Okay, I was going to talk about my calendar. Oops, I have it upside down. Here's my calendar. I still haven't made the custom tags. I need to, though, because these are falling apart. And so this was January's, and I've been filling it in. I made these stickers. I copied images off the internet, free ones, and put them on sticker paper, printed them out on sticker paper. So that was my January. And then this is going to be my February. I love vintage things. So I found these vintage little Valentines. I thought they were so cute. So that's going to be February. And that's how I'm keeping track of how many stitches I've been doing. Let's see, what have I been averaging for January? Most nights I've been doing 60, 28. So I've been doing about 268 stitches, which doesn't seem a lot to some people, but for me, that's a lot, because I have rheumatoid arthritis and fibromyalgia in my hands. So for me to get that much done every night, I'm seeing a lot of progress.